What is up, everyone? Pittsburgh White Shorts coming at you again with some more match commentary. Today we are going to be doing a game from our shop challenge. It is myself versus Zach, Machine of Ice himself, who you've met before. He's been on the channel. He's here with us today.
Hello.
And Brian is also here. This is going to be Mushoku Tensei 8 Standby versus Kanata. I think all of us have played this matchup from both sides at this point. So you have not only the players who are in the actual game, which again is myself and Zach. Zach's going to be on the left here on Mushoku, and I'm going to be on the right on Kanata. And Brian's played them both and played into them both. So
I don't think I've ever sleeved 8 Standby Mushoku, but I have, plenty of matchup experience with it.
I mean, I've seen you play 6 Standby 2 bar. Close enough.
Okay, yeah. I did do that.
Same basic play pattern up until the Ruger stuff. But yeah, we're just going to jump into it here. If there's anything we'd like to see that we want to stop, we will pause it. But yeah, we're just shuffling up here. The matchup is definitely, oh, I guess we're throwing down our mats here. We're getting our good stuff going.
Getting our game on.
Or
your game on.
This matchup, Kanata hitting 2 first. You'd think that Mushoku would be able to farm out, since the Mikos have no hope of ever answering the 1-1 heiresses. But if the game goes Kanata way and there never really is a level 1, it can be actually pretty hard for Mushoku to establish its board. But it is 8 Standby Mushoku. They always get their hand back. They're comfortable hard playing heiresses. Play like you're a 1k1 deck, which is always nice. Got the rock paper scissors cards going down. I reveal paper. Zach reveals rock.
Fake main.
Yeah, these you got to pick up paper for the rock mirror. I throw Zach's cards all over.
Establishing dominance
Yeah,
very early on. All the top tiers do it.
I'm bad at shuffling.
That too.
I established dominance by 6 piling my opponent.
Alright, I think we can. A little bit. Go to 1 point. There we go. Alright, so mulligan here. I'll be going first. Do pretty standard throw 3 level 3s. Get them out of there. Just looking for clock pluses, anything to sustain me in the early game, while I slowly sculpt out double Kanata. My hand must have been pretty damn good, because I clocked a 0 Miko, and yep, there goes the card.
There she is.
She's there. So let's see if Zach also plays the card. Clocking a standby.
I definitely mauled quite a bit, because I had a bunch of 3s in my hand, I believe. And I throw down the spammable brainstormer.
Yeah, only 0.
So a little bit of a rougher open for Zach
Yep,
here.
very much not ideal, but it's not that bad, I guess.
You had an attacker at least, could be.
I had an attacker. I definitely had games where I have not had an attacker.
Mm-hmm.
I definitely just brain off, head empty. The Rickies are in my hand. I slam them, you go.
Carmen with the triple clock plus board. That's exactly what Kanata wants to see.
Yeah, you just want to build as many resources as you can, as quickly as possible. Because outside of the Aki, in a way, the Aki is still ripping cards off the top, because in the early game, it's a salvage. So you don't have a lot of control over what you're getting in the early game, so you just have to process as many cards as possible. Which is, I think, the secret to ensuring that you always have double is, just dig. You just have to keep digging for cards so that your Akis can actually salvage stuff. Because in a way, it's still off the top.
And he had a bit of a rough time choosing what card to play for Ruger. To end up with the Paul.
And it looks like you're just going straight to 1
up
here.
Yeah. Only 1 stock, so that's only 1 air second hard play, but
well, now,
I mean, I can't
now
answer
level
it,
1, now
so
yeah. It's true.
Pretty safe play.
Stand buying out Ghislaines at level 1.
Oh yeah.
Board here, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Level with a blue and win another Ruger. Level with a red, and clock myself with a red, so I could play my amulet.
Yeah, Zach is taking a Pokemon turn here.
I am very much taking Pokemon turn here.
He just went into his deck 3 times. Only 1 shuffle.
Yep.
That's the way to do it.
Yep, got the Heiress, got the Brainstormer, got a Amnit in memory.
Yeah, this way you can, get something back later on that'll selectively help you, even if I get to 1 first, which we'll see how the game goes. No spoilers.
There's the Heiress, and moves up the Rudyard.
We get the
this is now standby time, or Heiress time. Level 3 or lower. Take back a backup, I believe. Nope.
Yeah.
Took back the early page, so I could answer Mari later on.
Yeah. And we're gonna do the standard. You trigger tap.
Trigger tap. I don't think I ever paid that out.
Yeah,
I think it was the rest of the game without it.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that card was just gone because you could not afford. But you do hit the other standby, which is nice here. Get to
build a really solid board here. Yeah.
Yeah, and here there's literally no way I can ever answer your Heiress. I have to.
Out.
Yeah, with 2 Ghislaines, Kanata Marine can literally only ever hope to tie, and that requires them to have a Miko and a Roboco and slam a Climax. So we're just resolving all of our clock pluses here. We let the last Aqua go because we want to keep if we can get out of this turn with doing anything other than like Brainstorm once, right? Or maybe Climax swap if I have to. 5 stock's really comfy because it does give you the overhead to actually mill and have a not garbage deck state going into L2. But yeah, as you can see, I'm just I can't answer this board. There's nothing left for me here. So infinite Miko work straight to level 2, and we just slam 2/2/1s. But I think we gotta end up having to work for it here to do a weird early play line to just ensure full field condition. The one thing you got to remember with Kanata is the full field condition is actually really prohibitive when you have to do these Miko overplay lines. So if you're not in a matchup like Mushoku, where if I put down Kanatas right now, Zach cannot answer them for 2 turn cycles, which is what I'm banking on here. You see, I have to sack salvage with the 2/1 to get another Kanata to then do this kind of stuff here. It's
pretty scuffed.
I have to slam down the helmet, which is pretty terrible. I think I expend my literal entire hand here to get these down, but looks like I have 1 card.
I mean, it's a little messy, but it does end up being worth it in the end, getting those Kanatas on board.
This is very matchup dependent. Yeah, in against Mushoku, you really need to have this down because even if Zach cancels and is stuck at 1, because he's standby, unless he gets lucky with some twin drive triggers, I'll probably stay at 2, and as long as I can recur Kanata, I can maybe heal again. So I'm just being okay, I take the Mel to get into another thing. I take the anti-change counter if Zach goes all the way to 2 and tries to early play with his Heiress to contest.
E4.
I'm just trying to keep him locked down. He eats 8.
Eat another 4.
Okay, so the game state has been equalized.
Okay, before taking damage, pops Amulet.
Yeah, I guess
Carmen was rushing me.
Yeah, I was rushing Zach. I was being a
He's bullying.
I was being a bully. Yeah.
Grab the 2K counter to help keep that board later on. I also think that was the only counter left from my deck at that point. I think I took the 2/1 anti-change counters as damage, and then you all saw the attack counter go to stock. So
the tap's gone.
So
yeah.
Zach took 11 damage that turn, just casually.
I did. Yes.
We did pick this game because it was a good game. So this is not this is not like the end of it. This is
somehow a good game ended from all of this.
Yeah. So yeah, pass back with the Kanatas. Zach well into level 2. He can mill out his deck and get the early play down. He can contest me, which is why I took the anti-change counter to just I gotta try to stay at 2 and try to ride this out as long as possible. That is how the matchup goes. You can't let Mushoku run away at 1, because that's how they generate enough resources to kind of ride out the game.
You got a monster board, yeah.
You gotta You got to just try to get them when you can, and then sit on your Kanatas for as long as possible. But
had a bit of a weird search here. Looks like. Yeah, I just ended up just burying something, just to get to the deck.
Get the event in there.
Yeah.
And it's your last chance to. You're basically level 3 here, though.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I basically just found something that didn't have a soul trigger and just buried it.
Yeah, because without this, you won't be able to get like a 3/2 Galen in hand. You don't have this in memory here. Yeah, you already entombed it, so you just send it straight to memory.
Move up the lane. Swing 3 times.
Yep.
Neat.
There you go. 3.
He cancels.
There's the standby.
Standby.
Not bad at all. About put down. Yeah, it's ball.
Ball in the back. Yeah.
Ball's pretty annoying.
I think I just didn't have an assist that time. Or maybe I was just trying to save him for later.
Yeah, because Paul would be 11 here.
Because Zach had a poor turn, I decided to clock to like try to find a climax. We had a thing happen where the side of the mat when we picked it up like flipped the bottom card onto the table, so we're fixing it by Zach just shuffling my deck. Which is what you should do. That is basically what a Bushiroad judge would do if something like that happened. You would both call judge because someone needs to come in to resolve it, and then someone would come over and say, hey, just reshuffle the deck because the game state didn't change, and move on and get a warning. Do hit 2 on the brainstorm here. Things you wouldn't think that Zach would be able to mount a comeback from here, but just you wait. You wait.
Shoku is stupid.
I mean, a couple cancels here, your damage is basically equal. If Zach cancels a couple times here, the game state is back to pretty even.
Yeah, here I think I'm trying to figure out how many heals can I get? How can I do this? And I think the answer is just like all I can basically do is climax swap and compress.
Because once those first Kanatas come down, the deck does not heal all that much.
Oh yeah, we do take the Toa here. It's been a while.
Yeah, that's what I did. Yeah, I stood by at the Paul because I know you run Toa in that deck, and I know if I just stand by at a rocks, you're just gonna Toa it up. So I figure if you're gonna Toa something up, you might as well toe up the Paul.
Yeah,
that's fair. Yeah, 2 Cokers in the back. The Kanatas are 12k now, so
they've already lost board at this point. So
yeah, we just throw down another Coco. We go for go get the cards. Yep, here we go. Kanata adding Marines to hand. Whoa.
Wow, never seen that one before.
Take like 1 card to hand and put like 3 cards in stock, I think. We just didn't have to do a lot that turn. It looks like we take tap and go overhand just to make sure we don't get locked out of tap, because that is something that can happen like pretty often with the deck. You don't have a lot of deck control, so your tap can be like stuck in deck. Miko coming in for 3 here. Refresh, I believe I'm refreshing 7. Zach is refreshing also 7. Pretty similar compression states outside of hand. Similar amount of stock, similar amount of clock. Hand and field, I have like probably, I think Zach has 4 plus the memory, and then the 1 card out after level.
So your compression
probably about 3 or
slightly better, Carmen. Yeah.
3 or 4 cards better overall.
Yeah. Sounds about right.
Not too much here. Yep, there it is. And then now we're swinging 5s, which we do not expect to go anywhere, and we trigger a door. Can't do anything. Zach is like, screw you, goodbye.
Anti-change that lane, yeah, block the damage.
And I'm pretty sure I pay 3. Yeah, I do just pay 3. I'm like, okay, we're not playing this game. You're gonna have to work to get over my board. but Zach successfully
I
survived.
somehow pulled something together, I think.
I did consciously make the decision to fall on that anti-change counter because I had the +2 stock from the like free Kanata turn, because I'd rather Zach have to spend resources in hand.
You can force him to run down resources.
Yeah, that doesn't affect me too much. Zach realizing he'll never be able to play Eris, just clocks it.
Clocks the 3.
Because it's a good card if you hit standby to put out. We had a brief discussion about what happens when do we resolve the pendant with new refresh rule or whatever, or the clocking, and it's just you level, you draw 2, and then you resolve the pendant. That getting the Ghislaine, I cannot interact with that card anyway.
Yeah, it's what I need. I have no board, so it's what I need to clear the contest at this point.
Yeah.
Nothing else is even close to big enough unless you somehow pull together an entire board here.
Yep. Play the Sparrow to get a draw ditch. I think I'm digging for the finishing combo at this point.
Yeah, just to throw down some extra damage.
Yeah, whatever I can get to try to make you at least go to level 3. Not stay at level 2 forever.
Once Kanata hits 3, if they're at like 3-4 or 3-3, sometimes even 3-2, Kanata really is forced to resolve their Marines. They do not really have the ability to sit at 3 very well, just because, especially in the Mushoku matchup, because they really crutch on the tap to make sure that they can live. Because the greatest part about tap, playing HOL live, you have 2 Marines, you can throw your entire hand except for your 2 Marines and then have a full finisher turn because that card is stupid. So yeah, Zach just taking a pass turn here, which is pretty smart. He's saying like, I'm compressed. I'm
compressed. I have Paul.
Yeah, I'm compressed. I have Paul. I want to push you to 3 and then like have a finisher turn. Maybe you're forced to Marine into my good deck if you just eat everything. And if you're stuck at 2, like you can't do a lot. This is like a really good play by Zach. I am just at 2.
Still at 2.
But again, I don't have a lot of like deck control. I can mash Brainstorm and like filter another Brainstorm, but that's not like good. It's not like good deck control, right?
Right.
I believe I'm just trying to figure out if I can get through the entire deck and like just sort of sit on clock compression here. I believe that is what we are doing. Can hit enough draws, force our way without too much trouble here.
And I picked up you drawing the finisher climax.
Yeah, I did. The camera did catch me drawing the door. I think I throw it. I usually do. If I have the opportunity to filter, the question here being, do I have the opportunity to filter?
It looks like that was a Marine you just drew.
Yeah, that looked like either a Marine or another door you just picked up, yeah.
Yeah, look, Kanata Marine's really good when you run really hot. Yeah, it looks like we just swap it out. We just take Doxel. We're going for the compression play here.
Probably the right move.
To just say, burn 2 is not a lot. I will live from 3-0. Always a risky gamble to take. Looks like I'm just figuring out what's going in stock, what's going in hand. My hand's basically full, so this is just gonna be here. We're like trying to. I'm like trying to thin soul triggers for my next deck because I'm thinking where Zach's gonna be, and with like 3s and 2s, kind of don't want like the 4s in there. So I'm thinking of like jamming my my like all the excess of 2/1 counters in stock. Which, exactly what I do. I leave everything here. Aki in there. Yeah, we put that there, and then we put 2/1 counters, all the ones there. And we just get to swing it, and we're just take the compression play. Refresh a very small deck with very many climaxes. Either 6 or 7. I can't remember if I'm still holding the door.
I didn't see it come out of your hand.
It swapped.
Oh, you did swap.
Yeah,
it,
I
right.
swapped with the loon.
I don't know if you had a second one or not then.
Zach cancels again. And this is for...
Crit against Paul?
Yeah, Paul backups over me. Zach cancels. Zach mills a soul trigger. And I am just sitting here sweating.
I imagine you cancel the 5, but...
I would hope so. It's been a couple weeks since we played this game. Yeah, I do cancel the 5. And I pay 3 encore my Kanata again. Because that was only a tie.
Wait, were you tied with Paul? You were 12k there.
Paul is 10k.
Yeah.
When he's in front row.
15 to everyone, including himself.
Zach played a 2k counter.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Yeah, Zach was just trying to like open up a lane so he didn't have to deal with tap.
And then
if he couldn't fill his field, and then I was just like, well, I've already refreshed, so pay 3.
I mean, you only need 4 for Marine, so you're free to just use all those extra resources to make Zach's life harder. Yeah.
I had like no resources in hand, so I just paid 3 encore.
I remember you like get a full board here somehow. I think, if I remember correctly.
Why?
I think so. I remember
looking at this again. I'm not sure how that was possible.
Yeah, that seems you need to trigger every standby in your deck or something.
Maybe I do.
Yeah, well, we gotta remember. Paul has Twin Drive. You can get a Roxy down. You can give something else Twin Drive.
A lot of this is just me sitting thinking about what the heck I'm going to do to try to catch up. Because I was like behind this entire game, basically. Outside of the first few turns.
Yeah, because I've definitely been, ever since I went to, well, my opener was good, and then I sent myself to 2, and just slammed out the Kanatas, so I was definitely ahead, like, pretty much the entire game. Which is, you know, traditionally rough for Mushoku, but, like, the deck is strong, and it's able to, you know, play from behind pretty well. Especially for a standby deck.
Clock here.
Yeah. Well, if you intend to play a Ghislaine, just free cards, right?
Yeah.
0.
There's the Ghislaine.
Ghislaine. And about placement here. I'm double checking the full field condition.
It is there. You can only... Ghislaine is only cool when you have a full field.
Yeah.
Which usually is not an issue in Mushoku, but in games like this it is, and you have to consider it. I don't think I would have decided to play that Ghislaine unless I could. Oh, no, I guess I didn't.
Just crashing out.
Oh, hit a standby.
Standby's there, yeah.
Get another Paul.
I cancel. Asshole.
Unsurprisingly.
Twin Drive. Both clean.
Paul is basically my entire hope at this point.
Yeah, I just need to get a clean reflect and keep on living.
Yeah. My strategy is basically hope I don't die next turn and I can move that other Paul up.
Just Paul it out.
Paul it out. So like my the only real strategy at this point, since the game's just been terrible ever since Carmen hit level 2.
Yeah. Killing, forced to crash. You do trigger the standby.
He does eat damage though.
You do eat the damage. But here I'm pretty sure I like no thoughts head empty. Just yeah, I'd like draw the Marine door for turn and like, oh okay.
Because why not? But yeah, you have almost no option except to fire off Marine here in Kanata Marine.
Yeah, you just have to do it. So if Zach like lives and like can crack back at me and I'm just at like 3-3, 3-4 after refresh, he could very reasonably just kill me.
About to sack here.
Or I can get like reflected like a terrible way. Here I'm trying to like, you see I like reveal a climax and a card. Maureen has to ditch character. So I'm like trying to go through the deck. And I'm like thinking here, I gotta like play another Maureen. So like, what do I do here? It's just go through the whole deck and take the refresh point. Take a card, take the soul trigger to hand, let the door go back, just refresh. Yeah, Maureen's a dumb card.
Yeah.
Pretty stupid. Thankfully, don't have to worry about tap in a HOL game. And Zach doesn't have the board.
Or anything ready. I just have 2 balls.
Just those 2 pulls. 2 pulls in a dream.
Just have a gun cocked against her head, hoping to hit the one bullet.
Yeah.
Russian roulette.
Paul is like so spooky.
He is. I had nothing. I had no board. I only had spooky.
Mm-hmm. That's all you can do is intimidation tactics.
Yes.
I'm pretty sure we just go like anything else.
Now, if you've got your 3 characters in hand in the climax, you just go.
I think I was considering like I had the Toa. I think I was considering grappling the Paul, and then I was like,
that's so scary.
And I was like, no, we cannot grapple the Paul.
With a spooky.
Or,
was
yeah,
just in here hoping you would.
Yeah. Burn the 2.
Not looking great.
Oh no, yeah, it's
No.
overswing.
Has to attack the pole.
Yeah, have to attack into the Paul.
I think I cancel on the burn this time.
Nope,
no, it just died.
it.
Just die.
I
Okay.
won over.
Dang, this is what we consider a good game.
Yeah, that's how
Yeah.
you beat Mishoku. You just stick it clean.
Yeah, you just stick it clean. Oh, they don't have a mid game.
Yeah, completely shut off their turn where they want to build a board. Seems good.
Yeah.
I think that Zach did a good showcase, is like showing how you can play from behind, like how you can like just hedge your bets on what you're gonna do. Like he picks up the Eris early play as we saw before to try to go here, but then he hits the fail case of canceling too much, so he pivots to just being like, okay, we'll just take the standbys as they come and like go for a Elaine turn that unfortunately didn't like come together.
Honestly, a lot of why that was so bad for me was because I only had 1 Eris combo.
Yeah.
Like, imagine if I had hit 3 instead that turn.
Could have sculpted a lot better. Yeah.
Yeah, it would have been so much better. Because I was just my pleasant strategy after that was basically just keep playing amulets and taking the pluses they give me when I level up. That was the only reason I was still in the game.
Yeah, because you at least get cards you want.
Yeah. It was just pain otherwise.
Yeah, I mean, like, so maybe good game was the wrong way to put this, but like, I think this is a showcase of like what you can do, what you can do to mitigate somebody when like, because I definitely high rolled the ever living shit out of this game, and I would never say otherwise. Like, had the best possible opener, had the ability on my first level 1 turn to just infinite Miko myself to 2, so that Zach never had a chance to sit on this board. Because if I did not, this is the strength of the Miko right here. I'm gonna let this turn like replay out as I talk about it. Like, the strength of the 1-0 Miko And like people who say like, oh, the card's overrated or this, that, the other thing. This is the strength of the card. Being able to be like, there is nothing left for me here. I will not answer your board. This is a board-based matchup. I am going to play Amico over Amico and just yeet everything I have to just go to the next level. And we're going to play the game from here. And because of that, Zach did not have a chance to reestablish the game after opening poorly and had to claw back with like really edge case play to sort of have a chance to get back in the game. So that is kind of like what the deck can do. If given the ability to go to 2 first. But now there's a lot of things that you can do to stop that. You can play like bottom deck bombs, stop the clock pluses. AOT has stuff like the Connie that can stop the Miko from like clock encoring herself, things like that. There are definitely things you can include depending on your set that can stop Kanata Marine from being able to do this as consistently. Because this only really happens when they can open really well. And then of course, they spend all these resources on getting out this board. So if you're in a matchup where somebody can like punish you and like flame climaxes for damage and just sort of like hunt you and not care about the board, this can be like a wrong play. But it's really matchup dependent. You have any other thoughts on the matchup, Zach? We played this a lot, not just this game.
No, you've just about cover it really.
Any other thoughts about just like either of these decks in general, Brian?
I mean, just as far as the matchup goes, like if you do give Mushoku that little bit of leeway in the game to start building their giant Ghislaine board, it becomes significantly more difficult to deal with them once your Kanata turn comes around, especially if you let them hit 2 first and they start fielding Pauls and things. And if they start sculpting for backups in hand, you're never hitting over anything. You just have to side attack out. It's almost like the Kanata Marine mirror in that way.
Yeah, because Kanata Marine is just a standby deck in disguise. Standby deck that plays from hand, whereas Mushoku is a standby deck that can play like a 1k1 deck if it gets behind.
Also, going back to this point of the game, it also really helps when your opponent eats a ton of damage. I should just slammer your Kanata's down.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think that they're
Eating 11 just changed so much so fast.
Yeah,
I'm like already in a bad spot. I already only got 1 combo. I already saw my tap counter go to stock, never to come back. And suddenly I'm at 2-5 and I have to really... That's why I just started taking the Paul so much. I'm like, I just need to hope I cancel out on a Paul and reflect and it sticks.
You need to get some extra damage somewhere, yeah.
I just need to just play to whatever else I have, and Paul was, in my opinion, the best one I had at that time. Just because I whiffed everything else.
Yeah, I think that there are like not 1 but 2 fail cases to Kanata Marine. I think one is like you put down the board and then you just never cancel again, or you play down your Kanata Marine and your opponent cancels everything when you do it when you're still on first deck. So like, I did not expect Zach to eat 11, but if Zach didn't eat like 5 on that turn and like go to at least like level 2, like low level 2, Zach would have been able to just like, okay, time to slam 1/1 heiresses and play like a 1k1 deck now. And like, I've definitely lost games to MTI where they get the opportunity to do that. That's like, it gets very rigid on a Tamarian and what you have to do at certain times. Just depends on, what matchup you're in and what thing you can. All right. Any other thoughts before we get out of here? We got to get ready for Toronto now that we're back from Chicago. It never ends.
You guys all registered, right? Didn't forget to do that?
Yep. Gotta register. Y'all are watching this now. This video is going to be about half an hour long. You have like 2 hours to get that in if you're on Eastern Standard Time.
2 p.m. Eastern is the deadline.
Yeah, you have 2-3 hours to get that submitted if you are going to be in Toronto. The 3 of us will be there, so you can hit us up. We always love meeting people who watch our content. It's always really cool. And then there are rumors at Chicago of a New Jersey, New York regional that might possibly happen. So keep your like ear to the ground on the BCS page when that gets added.
I wouldn't be surprised because there's a weird gap in the NA tournament circuit between like the beginning of October and December when California is.
Yeah,
So
I'm assuming late October, mid to mid November is going to be when that will be. So, or maybe there'll be even more. So who knows? It's always nice to have more tournaments because they are free to enter. So as long as you can pony up the stuff to get there and stay, hopefully with some friends to be a little cheaper, it's easy to go to a lot of them. All right, and with that, Pittsburgh White Sports signing off. We will see you all in the next one.